Hey, can you tell the difference? So which do you think is more natural and stable? Let me know in the comments. Actually, this is the #1 secret why I use Synchron Brass. But there are 3 more reasons I want to cover today, so let's get started. Dry brass libraries offer flexibility, but building a believable, rich acoustic environment from scratch takes time. With Synchron Brass, you are playing directly in Synchron Stage Vienna right out of the box. The multi-mic setup lets you sculpt the acoustic space. While the EQs and compressors on wet libraries affect the room's information too. It's necessary to have many mic mixes options for wet libraries because I can avoid EQs and compressors by, blending different signals. But when you need to do equalizing, this plugin has a built-in EQ on every fader of mic mixes. And if you do want to process channels individually, you can easily output each mic mix into your DAW and hit them with your favorite third-party plugins. You get full mix autonomy without sacrificing the rich, natural reverb of one of the world's best scoring stages. But rich room tone is only half the equation if your performances feel static. Which brings us to reason number 2. Realism in brass markup isn't about relying on a single legato patch. Real brass players constantly vary their attacks, accents, and note ranks depending on the musical phrase. What makes Synchron Brass stand out is the sheer depth of recorded articulations. You aren't just getting basic staccatos and sustained notes. You have access to multiple attack types, short variations, marcatos, and dynamic gestures that give you precise control over every single note. For example, take a listen to various short notes. There are also bold and agile variations. What do you do when a cue calls for brass band instruments or muted brass? With a lot of developers, expansion packs feel like scaled-down afterthoughts with stripped-back features. But VSL built Synchron Special Brass and Synchron Muted Brass with almost the same deep articulation sets and multi-mic flexibility as the core library. Now, to be completely honest, I was disappointed that VSL didn't include multiple mute options, but having straight mute sampled with this level of detail and mic control is still a massive win. So do you still remember the blind test from the start of the video? Here's why clip A sounded like software while clip B sounded more natural. Standard sample libraries force you to play in equal temperament or the 12th system used on home pianos. It's a compromise that lets piano play in any key without sounding terrible, but live brass instruments don't work like that. When real acoustic brass players play in an ensemble, they naturally adjust their intonation on the fly so pure harmonics line up perfectly. When you force brass samples into 12th, those tiny pitch deviations create harmonic dissonance. That subtle beating frequency your ear subconsciously flags as unreal. Well, VSL's Synchron player solves this natively. Its built-in tuning system calculates intervals and adjusts pitches in real time to give you true just intonation. So let's do a quick recap. When you stack world-class room tone, deep articulation variety, uncompromised expansions, and true just intonation, Synchron Brass becomes hard to beat. But I'm curious what brass libraries you use. Please share it in the comments with the reasons. By the way, if you tune the brass in just intonation, you want to tune other instruments too, right? That's why I want you to try this piano next. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you can dream it, you can produce it.